بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولو نشاء لطمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنى يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسخناهم على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مزيا ولا يرجعون ومن نعمره ننقصه في الخلق أفلا يعقلون وما علمنا الشيخ ما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر للعالمين صدق الله العلي العظيم. Lecture number 17 for second year class. How our body temperature remain constant. In summer weather, our body we are warm-blooded animals. We are warm-blooded animals in the sense because in the chordates phylum, the human beings are included in class Mammalia. Therefore, I am telling because I am including all mammals in that, in justification for the temperature. So temperature is we are warm-blooded, mean our body temperature remains constant. Whatever the temperature outside. Look at this super machine. The temperature outside is -5. The temperature inside is 37 Celsius. The temperature outside is 50 Celsius. The temperature inside our body is 38 Celsius. This is the adjustment, a balance system, which is a balance system. There is a office working. There is a boss working in brain. There is a control center. The people are sitting. The staff is sitting. Boss is sitting. They are working. They are processing applications. Application goes to them. They process, and after processing, they decide. They will not release the fund. Just like government officer, they will not release the fund. They will process the application, and if they think that the funds are needed, then they will release the funds. Otherwise, they will not release the funds. So their decision, just like you apply the visa for application to visa officer in embassy. What happened? They take the time. They will say to you, we will consume 1 week, 2 weeks. Then they will decide, and then they will issue you visa or will refuse the visa. So that processing takes place. Look at the procedure which I will tell you today. Just see this figure. I will start from this figure. Now, students, this is a breaking news for you. How your body temperature remain constant, and what the winter weather is outside, what the summer weather is outside, air is blowing, heat shocks are there in the Karachi, but temperature inside remain constant. Even in your chilled area like Skardu, Gilgit, where you are living, temperature inside remain constant. How it happens? Your body is AC. Your body is oven. Your body is not AC only. AC decrease the temperature. AC works only in the summer weather. This is the just machine, such thermostat which work at each extreme temperature. So look at the status. What happens? How this machine works? Now I want your attention. What happened? This is the imbalance. Imbalance means the temperature increased. Look at weather is hot. The message goes to skin receptor cell. The skin receptor cells receive the message. Skin receptor cells, after receiving the message, they will give the message to receptors. Of course, the receptors. The skin will give the message to receptors. Receptors will give the message to the pathway. This is afferent pathway. So don't think this is a afferent arteriole. That is something else. Afferent arteriole is something else. This is afferent pathway. Afferent pathway is that the message is going, that the message application, over application which we have written, that my application, over application is going to the boss, and the boss will decide. That boss has to process the application, and application will be approved or not. Your brain will decide. Your body boss will decide. Hypothalamus will decide, which is situated in the part of the forebrain. The most important discussion which I would like to do, that the hypothalamus, which is the part of the forebrain, which consists of the pea gland, and pea gland secrete different hormones. Here muscles and glands will be involved. All details are not here. I am giving you some details which are required at your level. I will not give all details, but still I will give you some thermogenesis concept which is amazing. To increase the heat, to decrease the heat. Your shivering, your non-shivering. Generator producing electricity without sound. The generator producing electricity with sound. How many machines you have in your body? How many mechanisms you have in your body? One mechanism fails, other mechanism is working. So this is not the aeroplane going to fall. This aeroplane has many engines in the body. Look here, afferent pathway moving towards the control center. Afferent pathway moving towards the control center. Control center is your brain. Brain consists of 4 brain part: hypothalamus, which is the thermostat, which is maintaining the temperature, and thermostat will decide now. Application is under process. Now. Just hold on, because I am going to show you that diagram once again. We are switching. Just hold on, and that is the figure we were discussing. That was the control center, and now this is the control center thermostat. Now the thermostat decide the temperature is more, so this is very essential to decrease the temperature. So what the thermostat do? One point is not written here. I am going to tell you. That is the vasodilation. If you have copy, you should write this spelling. I will also write in the slide in the next lecture. Vasodilation, VASODILATION, vasodilation. The word which is justly exactly opposite to vasodilation, that is a vasoconstriction, VASOCONSTRICTION, vasoconstriction. Your body blood capillaries of the skin are very crucial. They just dilate, just like dilate, lumen increase, lumen decrease, lumen increase, lumen decrease. They are adjusting themselves. How this machine button on off? You are doing your activity. You are playing cricket. You are studying. You are sleeping, but these mechanisms are going on. How this switch is off and on, just like a oven. It means oven and these machines do work like thermostat. They maintain the temperature constant. They got the concept from the human body. So this switch off, switch on, in this case, automatically the capillaries will dilate. The capillaries will dilate, vasodilation will take place. The vasodilation will take place. When the vasodilation will take place, the blood vessels will dilate. The blood vessels will dilate, the more blood will flow. More blood will flow. You know that more blood will flow, more plasma will flow. The 90% of the blood is plasma. The plasma, maximum concentration of the plasma is the water. So water concentration is flowing more through the skin. Why it is flowing? Because the vessels will dilate. The vessels will dilate mean capillaries will dilate. The blood vessels of the skin will dilate. The dilation of the vessels will take place. Dilation of the vessels will tell that more water will flow. More water flow, sweat glands become active. Now I can tell you from diagram. This is the information written here. Sweat glands. Effectors are muscles and glands. You know nervous system. You studied in 10th class. I am going to teach you very authentic and complicated nervous system in the second year. That is much detail. That is good for you at your level. Effectors are the muscles and the glands. And muscles, sweat glands. Sweat glands, what they do? They evaporate the water concentration from the vessels. From the blood vessels of the skin, they will evaporate the water molecules. Water molecules, why they will evaporate? High kinetic energy molecule will go out. The less kinetic energy molecule will remain in the vasodilation in the vessel, which is dilated. It means that will remain inside the body. Less kinetic energy mean temperature less. According to kinetic molecular theory of the gases, the kinetic energy is directly proportional to the temperature. So kinetic energy more, the temperature more. Kinetic energy less, the temperature less. So what will happen? The kinetic energy of the remaining molecules will remain less. When kinetic energy of the remaining molecules will less, the temperature will decrease. The temperature will decrease, the cooling will be caused. So these sweat glands, they will contract, and they will excrete the water, and water will come in the form of evaporation. And when water will come in the form of the evaporation, the cooling will be caused. And also temperature will decrease. So this is the one mechanism, one way of the mechanism to decrease the temperature. So what will happen? What is the result here? The balance will be achieved. The balance is there. Now the balance is achieved means temperature will remain the constant. Now I am telling you opposite story. A story which is just inverted, a story which is exactly, now the temperature was increased, now I am telling you the story when the temperature is decreased. What happened when the temperature is decreased? Look here, this hypothalamus is your boss, it is processing application, it will not essentially decide upon your body wish, your body will just apply application, and this boss will read and process, will drink cup of tea and will have lot of cells. They will have a meeting, they will have a long conversation, then they will decide that what to do, because this temperature decrease will be dangerous or not dangerous, or we should release the changes or not, we should release the funds or not. So they will decide. So this is an amazing attitude of the body, because just like a office and office work is going on, control center is going on, emergency center is going on, how it happens. Look here, what happens, the temperature is cool now in the winter weather. You are living in Skardu, and winter weather temperature gone to -20 now. What will happen? The body system is going on. Of course, you are arranging yourself, you are sitting close to fire, but I am telling you what your body do, what your body physically do, what are the factors that you do. Your body will decrease. When your body will decrease the temperature, the skin muscles, the skin cells will receive the message. Now you can see the slide. This is the balance system. Now imbalance is there. What is the imbalance now? What is the imbalance? The imbalance is that the temperature decreased in the winter weather and you are in a cold area. What will happen? The temperature will decrease. The skin receptor cells will receive this cold weather now. Now skin accept this message from the outside. Now they are receptors, they are present in the skin. They will give the message to afferent pathway. Afferent pathway, once again I will tell you, you must not confuse between the afferent pathway, that afferent arteriole and efferent arteriole, because you were studying. I am going to tell you that afferent and efferent arterioles are just are moving towards the glomerulus, and that is the part of the nephron. That is not the part of your balance system. Your balance system. So what is the pathway which is moving towards the nervous system? That is the afferent pathway. The pathway which is moving away from the nervous system, that is the efferent pathway. So what is happening? The message is being gone to the control center by the afferent pathway. So I have to label. Yes, of course I am labeling. Just hold on. So I will label the afferent pathway now. So afferent pathway. Now labeled afferent pathway is giving the message to control center. Control center is receiving the message, and control center now has a long meeting. It will decide what will happen. What will happen? Because emergency condition has been announced. What is the emergency condition? What is the emergency condition? Emergency condition, the temperature is decreased. Now body has to maintain the temperature according to warm-blooded status. According to warm-blooded status. Definition of the warm-blooded status and the cold-blooded status I will give you, but here I would like to tell you the afferent pathway is giving the message to the boss, and the boss received this emergency message. Now all meetings have been done. The staff is there, the boss is there, the hypothalamus is there, the P glands are there. Each body is sitting in the office, and they will decide. They have to respond. They will cause two types of thermogenesis, which is very difficult. Two types of thermogenesis they will create: the shivering thermogenesis and the non-shivering thermogenesis. Shivering thermogenesis and the non-shivering thermogenesis. Production of the heat by the contraction of the muscle is called shivering thermogenesis. The production of the heat without muscles. I will go to one area and I will tell you. Just hold on. This is my hand. You are watching. My hand is trembling. Okay, trembling means shivering. Shivering means muscles will contract, muscles relax. Who is giving message? Control center. So this control center will have meeting and think this temperature is too much low, and they need to change the body temperature. They may change the body temperature, they may not change the body temperature. That depends upon the control center. The control center need to decide. The control center need to decide. So control center, if think temperature is too much low and that is harmful for the body, so that is the emergency situation, they just write a note. Yes, of course the changes should be done. What will happen? They will increase the temperature. They will increase the temperature by shivering. Shivering, you start trembling. You start trembling. And in cold weather start trembling. Trembling means shivering. Why we are shivering? Look here. Muscles are contracting. Muscles are in a contracted status. You know that muscles consist of the mitochondria. Mitochondria are multiple in numbers. Why they are trembling? Because they are using the energy of the cell of the muscle, because of cellular respiration taking place, metabolism taking place. What will happen? The glucose will react with oxygen, carbon dioxide, water will be produced, energy will be released. and the glucose will react with oxygen, carbon dioxide and water will be produced, energy will be released. That energy will increase the temperature of the body. So that is called the shivering thermogenesis. So shivering thermogenesis and the non-shivering thermogenesis. Two thermogenesis which will increase the heat. One is a shivering thermogenesis, one is a non-shivering thermogenesis. Control center has many options to increase the temperature. This is just like a security system of any country. This is just like a management system of any department. They are just deciding and they are just thinking how the temperature will increase, how the temperature will decrease, what will happen. They will give the message. They will give the message to the muscles. Muscles will contract. The muscles will contract. What will happen? The muscles will contract. The cellular respiration reaction will take place. I am telling you again, because you know respiration is an exothermic reaction. Energy will be released. That energy will be used for the metabolic activities. And what will happen? This thermogenesis is the shivering thermogenesis. And another thermogenesis in which heat will be produced. What will happen? The glands will be used. So it means that there is not one procedure to increase the temperature. This is not the one procedure to increase the temperature. There are a lot of mechanisms out there. They may use one mechanism, they may use the second mechanism. For example, the second mechanism, thyroid gland situated here. Thyroid gland will secrete the thyroxine, and they will secrete the thyroxine. Thyroxine increase the cellular respiration. Glucose react with oxygen, carbon dioxide, water, energy will be released. And without shivering, mean that you are not shivering, you are not trembling, energy will be produced. Look at the decision of the boss. Look at the decision of the control center, how they are increasing temperature. One third thing I will tell you, which is not written here. The capillaries of the skin, capillaries, you know what happens when temperature was increased, they wanted to decrease the temperature. What happened during the muscles, capillaries of the skin? Their lumen was decreased. When lumen was decreased, this is called the during summer weather, the lumen was increased. That was the vasodilation. That was the vasodilation. So vasodilation will take place, and during vasodilation, what happened? During vasodilation, what happened? More water flow through the capillaries, the more evaporation will take place, the cooling will be caused according to kinetic molecular theory of the gases. The high kinetic energy molecule will go to the surface in the form of the vapor. It is just like the same as you know that the plants respire, transpiration will take place. Transpiration causes cooling, evaporation causes cooling. I am going to tell when the temperature is less, what happens to skin blood vessels. The skin blood vessels, the lumen will decrease. Why the lumen is decreasing? Reason is that because you know less water will flow, the water concentration will be less. When water concentration will be less, what will happen? The less evaporation will take place. Less evaporation will take place. The less number of the water molecule will go into the atmosphere, and evaporation will be less, and temperature will be saved. So three mechanisms, but I am telling you three mechanisms, but there are many mechanisms. Control center means that is just like the trained people working there, and they are not thinking that they had not one option. They will think a lot. They had a lot of options, they have a lot of medicines, they have a lot of solutions of the problem. I just told you three. One problem I told you in the next session by which how they increase the temperature, but three problems I told you. They will cause shivering, muscles will contract, they will cause shivering, and during the shivering what will happen? The muscles will contract. The muscles will generate energy, and similarly second, they will give the message to P gland, which is situated in the part of the forebrain. The hypothalamus will secrete TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. It will go to thyroid gland. Thyroid gland will secrete the thyroxine. Thyroxine will go to the cells, and metabolic activities will be increased, and the glucose react with oxygen to form the carbon dioxide and water, and energy will be released, and that energy will increase the temperature. But you are not shivering in that case. You are not shivering. What you are doing, that thermogenesis is called as non-shivering thermogenesis. That is called as non-shivering thermogenesis. Third mechanism I told you, that is the vasoconstriction of the blood capillaries. The blood capillaries of the skin, their vasoconstriction will take place, their lumen decreased, their cavity decreased, the less water flow. When the less water flow, the less evaporation take place. The less evaporation take place, so definitely the water will not go outside less. When water will not go outside less, temperature will be maintained. So temperature will be maintained. So these are the mechanisms which I just wanted to share. So another problem, and the third one. Of course, you have to see this figure. Oh my God, this man is trembling. Yes, you can see this man is shivering. So shivering begins now. You can see You can see, I will highlight now, this is the shivering. So shivering is there, shivering is there. Yes, you can see, yes, shivering is there. This man is shivering. It means that which type of mechanisms this diagram is telling. This mechanism is telling shivering thermogenesis. Shivering thermogenesis, and production of the heat by the contraction of the muscle is called shivering thermogenesis. So this is a main procedure, almost the main procedure, but I left some points which I will explain later on. But if you see all figures, if you can visible to you, you can see the balance system, you can see imbalance system, the thermogenesis, the being produced control center is working in two way. Mean they may increase the temperature, they may decrease the temperature by contraction of the blood vessel, by the relaxation of the blood vessels, or by using the shivering thermogenesis, by using the non-shivering thermogenesis, and by increasing the heat or by decreasing the heat by glands, by muscles, by skeletal muscles, and especially by the sweat glands, because the most of the water molecule will evaporate. So this is a unique machine adjusting the temperature constant and maintaining the temperature in such a way that your temperature remain constant, because we are warm blooded. The animals who are cold blooded, that definition is I need to tell you. So some other mechanisms which I will also tell you, because they had no one options or two options, some options, the major options I have told you. So this is a thermogenesis. I just want to label. I need to label the thermogenesis. Okay, just hold on. This is the shivering thermogenesis which is visible to you. Thank you very much, second year class. You studied today how your body temperature is maintained. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.